Hey there, David Earl here with another tip and trick, and I wanted to talk a little bit about low-end theory and having some fun with bass. So in particular, this is a fretless bass on a song where it was recorded just direct in, and it had some noise issues and there was some other stuff. But one of the things that's really hard is it was actually really kind of big and nondescript, and I wanted to find a way to give this bass some personality, but also control it a bit in the mix. So let's have a listen to it. Let's listen to it with the just some other faders up. Nothing's really mixed, but you'll get an idea where the bass is. Yeah, it's just kind of this big thundering rumble. So I want to have some fun with it, actually. And one thing that's really fun to do with fretless bass is add chorus to it. So I'm going to add some chorus, and it's going to change it from mono to stereo. Now, is that really going to make my rumbling situation any better? No, it's basically going to spread it out left and right. So it actually makes certain things worse when you do that. You know, it's just making it big and sloppy and pushing it all the way across both channels and everything else. But what's neat is in Logic 10, there's some really creative EQ solutions that we have. So I'm going to turn the mix up a little bit. And what we succeeded in doing with the chorus was spreading it out across the two channels. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on a channel EQ. And there's some extra settings in the channel EQ I like to turn on, so like oversampling. When you use oversampling, you get nice, really steep curves here in your EQ. Now, what am I going to do with EQ? Well, here's the cool thing. Basically, if we go mid only, I'm only EQing the center. Now, what does that mean? Well, okay, we have stereo, which is left and right. We have left only. That makes sense. It's only in the left ear. Right only, which is only in the right ear. But then what we can do with mid only and side only is we're only going to get mid only is going to be whatever is exactly the same between both headphones. Okay, so it's going to be mono right up the center. And then whatever is not correlated, or it's basically different in each headphone, is going to go to our sides. So what we can do with chorus now that's pretty fun is make that center image a little bit more solid, and then we're going to actually do some things to the sides to sort of lessen how it's being spread to the sides, but they're still going to be there. So check it out. Here's mid only. Now I'm going to go to the sides. So I'm going to grab another channel EQ, and I'm going to choose side only. Now on the sides, I'm actually going to take all the low end out, the like super low end. So I got to have just enough of it that it's going to feed the sides, because it's a really, really low frequency instrument, and I might actually have to use something to create harmonics so that I can get more content in the upper frequencies. Stuff. We're still getting some stuff around 1K, which is kind of like bitey part of the bass, but I'm having to boost it quite a bit to get what I need out of it. I would never boost 14 dB normally, but I just kind of want to show you what it sounds like. And let me just kind of go through and turn the effects on and off again. So there's no effects at all. There's the chorus. there's the mid, and there's taking the sides. So it's kind of a fun effect. I thought you might want to play around with it. It's just kind of an interesting way to think about using chorus and EQ with low end stuff, because normally, or kind of the sort of tendency with low end is just to leave it alone and say, oh, well, it's low end and it's not really panable and all this kind of stuff, so just leave it be and compress the hell out of it and do what you can. But in this case, I think it's kind of an interesting idea to use chorus to spread it out, but then use mid-side EQ to lessen that sort of sloppy sloshiness that goes into both headphones or both speakers. You can really kind of control it and have the bass have a bit of a stereo field, but not have it be so wide and diffuse, and keeps the center on point. It's basically we're sort of adding more energy into the center so that it helps it out. And of course, the Rhodes is playing with it and everything else. I need to compress the hell out of it and mix the song. But there you go. I think that's a pretty interesting little technique, and I hope you have fun with it. See you later.
Very much like to thank Puremind for hosting me here once again. I think this institution is really cool, and until I came here for the first time, I had never seen anything like it in my whole life.
What I think really separates us from other people who teach is that we are outrageously passionate about what we do, and especially in electronic music.
Since coming to Puremind, I've discovered electronic music, and San Francisco being a mecca for underground electronic music opened up so many doors for me and kind of blew my mind.
We cover everything from absinthe to contact. When people get to the mind-melting level, we get into modular synthesis.
Everything about native instruments, everything about Logic synths down to the finest detail. We learned it all.
The fundamentals of understanding how things work, that's just essential. But then beyond that, there's so much more, and that's where it gets into just a lot of the artistic side of like the creative approach of why you do something, not just how.
There's a lot of schools that just, they focus on the technicality of recording music, but I wanted something that would foster creativity and really help me develop as an artist as well.
Each of our genre-specific programs comes in 4 levels. There's a basic, an advanced, a professional, and then a master's level. And the master's level is, of course, everything we do. It's the largest and most powerful programs that we can create for you.